Hello students, today we discuss on the feed water control system in steam power plants. So feed water control system is a very important system in steam power plants. It is used to control the flow of feed water, and that's why the flow of steam to meet the load demand by the turbine. It shows the arrangement of the feed water control system. Here is a drum, that is steam drum. This is the control valve, this is the controller, and these three are the sensor, that is drum level sensor, feed water flow sensor, and steam flow sensor. And this is the trimming signal, and finally it proceeds to the controller. Here the controlling action is done here, and then it gives the signal to the control valve. From here the feed water is coming inside, and then the signal is giving to the control valve, and then it proceeds to the feed water to the drum. And finally here we steam is separated, and we get the steam which is sending to the superheater. And here this is the normal water level. This is the arrangement of the feed water control system. This system maintains the level of the water in the steam drum. So normally the water level in the drum is maintained half full up to the diametral plane. Okay, so it consists of the three elements, that is major, that is first is a drum level, second is a water flow, feed water flow, and third is a steam flow. These are the three element of automatic control system. Sometimes, or in case of high steam consumption and low feed water supply, the drum level will fall below the set point. Okay, in some cases, if the high steam consumption is there and low feed water supply is there, so the drum level will fall below the set point, or you may say that below the desired level of the water in the drum. So at that time the drum level sensor responds to such error and acts on a controller to increase the feed water opening to meet the steam flow demand. Okay, so at that time drum level sensor responds to such errors and acts on the controller. Whatever the error is there, whatever the level is decreases, it features the signal here in controller, and then controller to increase the feed water valve opening to meet the steam flow demand. Then this action may be sometime too slow, so it is supplemented by the sensors for feed water and steam flow. The difference between the signals from these two sensors predicts the changes in the drum level, and the signal is sent to the controller to actuate the valve in the desired direction. In short, whenever the level decreases, at that time the error is fetched by the controller and sending to the drum level sensor. Then next it is sending to the feed water flow sensor and steam flow sensor. Combinedly the trimming signal sending to the controller, the water is decreases, level is decreases, and then it sent to the control valve, then control valve actuates, and then feed water start to entering inside, and then feed water level is increases, and we fulfill the steam consumption. In this way it is work. So in this way it works, and that's why it plays the important role in the modern thermal power plant or steam power plants. The another significant advantage of this system is that in adding a feed water controller is the measurement of controlled variable by measuring the feed water flow and the controlling it to a flow set point. Okay, and another one is a feed water equals steam flow to maintain the drum level over the boiler control range. So these are some of the advantages of the feed water control system. Okay, in short, whenever the level is decreases, the signal is giving to the controller with the help of it features that signal with the help of drum level sensor, and then it gives signal gives to these two sensors, that is feed water sensor and steam flow sensor. It trim the signal here, again sending to the controller for actuating the signal, and then the actuating action is sending to the control valve, and then it actuated and feed water start to flow inside it, and then feed water level increases, and then it also maintain the steam flow level or the steam flow in the steam drum, and finally we get the steam which is sending to the superheater. In this way it is work with the help of these three sensors: drum level sensor, feed water sensor and steam flow sensor. Okay, so next is a steam temperature control by the attemperation method. So what is attemperation? Attemperation is nothing but to remove the or to decrease, to minimize the steam temperature by removing its energy from the steam. So why it is necessary to remove the energy or to reduce the temperature of the steam? Sometimes the steam is superheated, and mostly if superheated high temperature steam is impacted on the turbine, then there are chances of the deterioration of the turbine blades. So for that purpose, and again if in some cases the failures or the failure of parts may be occur, so that's why the steam temperature reduction is very important. So the method which is used to reduce the temperature is known as the attemperation method. So it is done by the two methods, that is surface attemperator and spray attemperator. In surface attemperator method, the heat exchanger is used, like for example like tube and shell type of heat exchanger is used there, and the hot water is there which is circulated, and when the steam is coming from the drum is going to that particular heat exchanger, and where the heat is exchanges, it minimizes its temperature, and then it's sending towards the superheater. So there are two superheaters are used in that case in the surface attemperation method. So firstly the steam is circulated in that heat exchanger, then it decreases its temperature, then the steam is proceed toward the primary superheater and then the secondary superheater, and finally it goes to the turbine. That is happened in the surface attemperation method. But in case of spray attemperation method, so in spray attemperator, so in this method figure shows the spray attemperator where it is water is flowing from this side, and these are the spray spray of water. This is nozzle, this is the streamline, the steam flow is coming from this way, and here there is a total flow, means what, the mixture of steam and water particles or the spray of water particles. Okay, so in spray attemperator it reduces the steam temperature by spraying the low temperature water either from the boiler drum or the economizer exit into the line between the primary and the secondary superheater. So the spray nozzles inject the water into the throat of the mixing venturi. This is the venturi. Okay, this is the venturi. Mixing is done here, where the water mixes with high velocity steam, and the water absorbs the heat from the steam and gets vaporized. So due to the rejection of heat to the water, steam gets cooled. In other words, the temperature of the steam is decreases, and total flow, that is steam and water or whatever water particles, that total flow is coming from this way. So the venturi and like thermal sleeve, this is the thermal sleeve, this side. Venturi and the thermal sleeve protect the main steam pipe from the thermal shocks, and whatever the water is used for spray must be of high purity, so that the no deposits like scale and sludges, no deposits are added on the superheater tubes or pipes. So the spray attemperator provides a rapid and a sensitive means of temperature control. So that is all about the spray attemperator, where the reduction of steam temperature is done with the help of water particle, which are water spray particle, which are mixing in this venturi mixing part, and then the mixture of steam and water particle flows in this way, where by reducing its temperature, and finally we achieve the reduced temperature steam, which is proceed towards the superheater and then next to the turbine.